Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Guys, the Chicken is here. We're back to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to go over your Season 37 starter guide. No, this is not the sneak peek. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. It's coming very, very soon. Can't say exactly when. Appreciate it if you guys are going to use that code CHICKEN in the shop. You're going to pick up instant training or anything else like that for the season. So what I want to talk about today is how to start your season in general every single season. I feel like these are important because it's so easy to get off to the wrong start and then have a terrible season and not have any fun. So I want to go over some of the core fundamentals that we have learned going through 37. That's right, 30. This coming up 37 seasons of Warships. That is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So what we'll do is let's do some. Today I feel like doing a little smoky Zuka. So let's get into that. I am going to boost my GBE just because, well, we might as well do Masterpiece boost, just because I don't have offensive statues. I have resource reward statues. So, yeah, let's start off with War Factory. And so first thing is have a plan going into the season. I cannot stress this enough. It's so important to have a plan. I mean, it's literally like the game says, either come with a plan or leave in defeat. And, well, I might as well shock here too, I guess. So, lots of different ways to do this. Hang out on social media, check the YouTube stuff, and then, you know, from there, the biggest thing is to just make sure that you have an idea of what you're going to use and what that is going to look like. So, you may not know, obviously nobody knows right out of the gates. I mean, some seasons it's obvious, but others not so much. What is going to be the best thing to upgrade, the dominant meta, and things like that. But you can at least get a good idea of what's going to be a good route to take, at least to, you know, kind of initially assess things. And then, you know, what's going to work best for you. I do this all the time, right? I'm not sure what the plan was there, smoking between all those flotties, but here we are. So, yeah, have a plan right out of the gates. Most important thing. From there, okay, you've made your decisions, you've made your tech choices. You know, some things that you can look at, and you know, whether you're winning or you're losing, you want to make sure. I mean, obviously not if you're winning consistently, but we'll go over if you're losing. I guess that makes more sense. So if you're not doing well, there's a couple things you can look at. Your base layouts. You got to change the base layout frequently. Basically, as soon as the base stops working, that's usually the first route to go is, okay, you know, maybe my tech is not really good right now, but maybe I just need a new base. That a lot of the times that is as simple as it is. I remember more seasons than I can count where I was stuck. I thought I was down and out, tried a new base, away we go. All right, let's get these Zukas off to the races here. Let's just kind of launch them out like so. And we'll do this. And then we'll go up like that. It's been a minute since I used the Zukas. Don't judge. Let's go up over here. And, okay, we're going to double smoke across like that. I think that'll work. Not entirely sure, but I think it'll work. Okay. And let's go like this. And most importantly, we want to shock the launcher. And let's use another battle orders. I mean, we're doing some damage on the shield, but I think what we should have done before doing this... Actually, well, we've kind of gone so hard on the shield now that we don't really have a choice. We got to finish it off this way. But we got 3 attacks, so we should be able to manage. Alright, so if you're not doing well, and it's not your tech, and it's not your base, then you simply have to wait for your next effective tech. And what we mean when we say that is just simply waiting to unlock the next thing that everybody seems to be having that's beating you, whether it's boom cannons early on, rocket launchers, prototype defense, bombardiers. Those are usually kind of the standard effective tech nodes that we see, you know, that are always generally good throughout the season. So that's definitely a way to go. Yeah, and then from there, well, actually, we got to get into our attack here, so bear with me for a second. But yeah, I mean, once you have that stuff covered, then you kind of have all your bases down. And essentially, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the right plan, the right tech path to really go forward, and that's going to make the biggest difference. Because I mean, warships, what it really comes down to, it's simply all about tech. That's always the biggest thing. That should always be the takeaway. You know, if you did bad in one season, you're probably missing something, or you didn't have it, or you know, whatever. Okay, we're gonna be right back. Sorry, just had a phone call come in, but we are back, and yeah. So once you have your tech plan kind of figured out, what you need to unlock, what's going to be good, what's not going to be good. A big way to assess that as well is just simply watch your replays, because in terms of the attack strategy, which is also another huge thing. If you're not attacking, you might have the right troops, you're probably using them wrong. So always watch your attacks, especially if you're getting crushed and you're using the same troops as some guy. But he's doing something slightly different and it's able to give him a really good time. Watching replays, I have found that's how I pick up most of the best info from anything when it comes to attack strategies. Just simply watch what other people are doing. How are they able to beat me using what they're using? And then just simply go from there. You can either take the entire attack or you can take bits and pieces of it and make it your own. So yeah, that's basically the trifecta of warships: is the attack strategy and style and troops you're using, your base layout, and having the right tech. If you have all those three things under control, then you're going to be laughing. So what I have found, especially over the last few seasons, is it's always beneficial to attack a lot. And I don't mean just by grinding out stuff, especially if it's a tricky meta where the attack is not easy. It's not like a heavy chopper rush, or it's something a little bit trickier. Then it's definitely helpful to attack a lot more, because more or less we're going along, or we're going against rather, the same bases. Like, the bases don't really change, especially once you start playing a lot. You typically kind of end up seeing a lot of the same stuff. So let's go, and there we go. That was a little bit cleaner, chicken. And we did have a little boost going, so that'd be pretty pathetic if we didn't take it down. But yeah, so that's basically kind of some of the core things that we want to look at. Now, in terms of unlocking stuff on the tech tree, there's we used to always say there's base routing, there's tech routing. I don't know. I think there's just the optimal path for everybody, and I think it's more or less the same, but it deviates depending on how high you start off at the beginning of the season. Because, for example, you might be able to take kind of a somewhat suboptimal route throughout the tech tree if you're able to get to something before everybody else does. If you don't have that advantage, you can still get there, but you just have to take a better path. You have to take stuff that makes more sense. You have to spend less keys typically. And yeah. And, a big thing too is if you're not doing well, maybe it's just a good time to not play and just to wait, collect your chests, obviously, and then from there, just plan everything accordingly. It's like, okay, I know when I get to this point, it's going to be good. Maybe it's after 40 hours or whatever, at the beginning or towards the middle of the season. And if you can just make sure that you're not pushing when it's a bad time to push, get to whatever it is that's good, then push. That's when you can catch up. Because, I mean, when you think about it, I made this video last season called, I forget what it was. It was like the tech gap rank conspiracy or whatever. But essentially what I was talking about was the difference in starting tech for players that don't finish at a high level. Now, this really comes down to the power of the rank chest, because if you're able to take a really good path and, regardless of how quickly you get there, once you get to, say, diamond or gold or whatever rank it is that you're trying to get to, you're going to have the same tech. Eventually, it's all going to even out. Like, for example, at the end of last season, I was at rank 25. There was nobody that had a tech advantage over me. We all had the same amount of keys and tokens and stuff, right? That doesn't change. So it's all about just getting to those rank chests and getting them as quickly as you can. And if you're a little bit behind somebody else that's getting them, it doesn't necessarily make a huge difference, you know, unless you're pushing super, super high and like everything comes into effect or account at some point. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, guys. Just to give you some good basic kind of tips and tricks on how to start your warship season. You know, we've definitely come a long way with what we know about warships. I actually just watched. It was funny. I just watched earlier the initial launch. Like, you know, it's like me and Turtle and all the guys like talking about warships, and it's like we had no idea. We just had simply no idea of what you know, how complex like warships really is, and like, you know, how little things really affect like everything in the long run. So yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be a good season. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot better than last season, guys. But yeah, you guys let me know if and any of the warship vets in the comments, leave your tips and tricks. I know I skipped over some stuff, just kind of going off the cuff today, but appreciate you guys for watching, and appreciate those of you that do throw in the code check in the shop. It does help to support the channel, keep the lights on, and all that stuff. So thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll catch you next one. Chicken out, back there.